going on, guys? I'm back. I haven't done a video in quite some time, but I'm actually back with some breaking news, and this is absolutely major news. And when I say major, I mean major. And I know it may seem kind of corny, but all we're going to do is some major stuff, all right? And you're going to sound absolutely amazing, I promise you. I had a lot of musicians, not from just the United States, but across the world, say, KC, I'm so tired of playing the same boring chords. Surely you've got to have a system to help me break out of that and give me something that I can use and play so that I don't sound the same. So what I created was infinite chords. And you can get the infinite chords on the Play Like You series. And if you don't have the Play Like You series, I highly recommend you get it. But I have another way to actually create the same kind of sound. It's not quite as infinite because you will end up playing the same thing over and over, but you will sound fresh, it'll sound something new, and it'll give you some nice feel-good chords. So let me jump right on in. All right, what we're gonna do is, it's called the 51-14. I like to call it the 51-14 move. All right, what I mean by that is it's gonna be a 5 over the 1 and then 1 over 4. And what it sounds like is this. I mean, I can go on and on for days about how good these chords make me feel. I call them the feel-good chords, as a matter of fact. Now let me break down what I'm doing. And I want to interject, I am actually working on another project, and it'll feature some of these same cool concepts, same, I guess, kind of breakdowns. So this will kind of give you a taste of what I'm working on as we speak. All right, 5 over 1 is real simple. It's going to be a 5 major chord over 1 major chord. All right. So what I mean by that is in the key of C, here is C. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's the 5, and here's the 1. A 5 major chord will be a G major chord over a 1 major chord. Now I will say I've seen this kind of taught or introduced, but not quite in this simplest form that I'm actually going to present this. Okay, so if you're a beginner, you can kind of relax. You know, I'll kind of teach this the best I can, but if I'm kind of moving slow for you professional musicians, I'll talk fast at the beginning and I'll kind of maybe slow it down near the end, break it down. But if not, then feel free to pick up the Play Like You series that I have, because it breaks down major and inversions and things like that. So with that being said and done, here's the 5 over 1. All right, 5 major over 1 major, which is G major over C major. And from time to time, you'll hear me add a 2. So 1, 3, 5, here's the 2. Here's 1, 3, 5, add the 2. So give you that kind of sound. Now, this next chord right here is a 1 over 4. Basically, here's C, 1 over 4, which is F. 1, 2, 3, 4. So C is 1, F is 4. All right, and what I'm going to do is first inversion over first inversion. So here's a 1 C major chord over the 4 first inversion. So we got a 5 over 1, 1 over 4, 5 over 1. All right, and that is basically a G, which is 5, over C, which is 1. And that right there is, let's see, first is second inversion. All right. So I did root, 5 over 1, then I did first inversion, 1 over 4, then I did second inversion, 5 over 1, and then I'm going to go root, which will be my 1 over 4, which is 1 over 4, 1 over 4, 5 over 1 again, which will be my first inversion, 5 over first inversion 1. Next one will be my second inversion C over first inversion, over second inversion F. So basically what I'm doing is root, first inversion, second inversion, root, first inversion, second inversion. So going through those inversions are very important, beginners. And if you want a test tutorial on the inversions, again, like I say, I think it's lesson 3 that I have. It's called major, minor, and infinite. you'll be able to find a little more detail on the inversions. So anyway, let's go back again. Let's make this come to life, all right? 1 over 4, 5 over 1, 1 over 4, 5 over 1. Now watch this. Woo. I mean, it just makes you feel good. I can't find another way to say it. But anyway, this is 5 over 1, 5 over 1, and again, I add the 2's in there. Now look at this right here. My top note is D. All right, so that tells me that D is going to be my 1, which is, here's a D major chord, first inversion, and I'm going to do that over G. So that tells me this is a 5 over the 1 in the key of G. So I changed keys. 1 over 4. All right, but I just did a different inversion there. All right, so here's my first chord I did, second chord. So that's D over G, which is a 5 over 1. Watch this. The cool thing about this is kind of teaching you how notes can be different scale degrees in different keys. All right, so this is D, which is 3 in the key of B flat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so this is B flat over E flat. So that tells me what? B flat is 5 over the 1. All right, so we're in the key of E flat now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is 5 over the 1. Now, which inversion is this? Here's root B flat, first inversion, second inversion. So second inversion, B flat over E flat. And it sounds really great when you roll the chords. All right, and since I'm in E flat, I might as well keep going. So I'm 5 over 1, 1 over 4, 1 over 4, 5 over 1, 1 over 4. Let's go back home. Woo. I'm 1 over 4 now in the key of C. I went back home. 5 over 1 in C. 5 over 1. And the cool thing about these chords, especially in the key of C, when you're tired of playing the same thing over and over and over, especially like your 1 chord, this has always been your 1 chord. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that if you're a beginner, because you're learning your different inversions, all right? So if you're a beginner, great, fantastic. Keep doing what you're doing, all right? But if you've been playing for about 15, 20 years and you want to kind of spice things up a little bit, here's a cool thing you can do over the 1. Do all these chords over the 1. All right, same thing with let's go to the 6. All right, all right, so we'll hold that 6 down. You can do that over the 6. You can do it over the 2. All right, so that would be you can also do it over the 5. All right, which will be and I went down actually further than I normally do, so that's the reason why I went to that other one. So, but anyway, you can change keys with this thing. You can do so many different things with this. So I'll give you another example. All right, if I'm coming down, all right, that's that 1 over 5 over 1 and the key of G. Here's 5 over the 1. All right, I'll go back to this chord here, which is, remember, key, that's the 5 over the 1 in E flat. And watch this. Just take it down a half step. Woo. Now I am 5 over the 1 in the key of E. Here's root, 5 over the 1, that's the first inversion. And you can add in notes, the 2. Go back home with it. I mean, it's crazy what you can do with this. You can change keys. Now, I've seen one tutorial, one gentleman, the actual gentleman kind of inspired me to do this. He mentioned that you can do this minor over minor, you know, major over major, diminish over diminish. And the reason why I wanted to introduce it to you all is because I don't want you to limit yourself, and I want to show you actually how to connect this to get to different keys. Because like if this is your top note, if D is your top note, don't limit yourself. Make D, this is 5 of G, make it 3 of E flat. All right, make it 5 of G, or 1 in the key of D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. All right, so don't limit yourself to what you can actually do with this. But at the same token, I want to show you how to move it into like E flat, which is a relative minor of C, because here is C major, here is C minor.